Is this the most aggressive real estate market in 20 years? Historically low days on market, historically low housing inventory, soaring sales prices. And is it all about outsized demand, or could there also be an issue with supply? This is homes sold for the 12 locations from the years 2000 to 2019. You can see two clear demand peaks in the year 2005 and year 2015. So let's start with 2005. If you remember, this was increased demand driven by somewhat unscrupulous lending practices. The suddenly hot market was a topic of much discussion, with a 20-year high of 25,653 homes sold in that year. Another interesting item to note is that even with such high demand, days on market didn't fall into single digits like our current market. After the unscrupulous lending bubble burst, the market was in a downward spiral. Many factors, one being lower interest rates, began to stimulate the housing market around 2012. The housing market came springing back to its peak around 2015. After years of consistent housing market recovery, interest rates began to rise in late 2016, which slightly slowed demand between 2017 to 2019. This is also seen via an increase in days on market during this same time. This brings us to our current market. Looking at days on market, you can see how different the market is between the 2 years. The yellow days on market line looks like a mountain range in every location between June 2019 to June 2020. Conversely, in every location between June 2020 to June 2021, the yellow days on market line looks like small hills or flat plains. Additionally, the last few months have seen consistently low days on market in every location. So let's compare the current market to the peaks of 2005 and 2015, as they were the previous high demand points. You can see that days on market for the period of June 2020 to June 2021 represents the lowest days on market for all locations except Northwest Portland. Now on to homes sold. Let's compare the current market homes sold to the peaks of 2005 and 2015. You can see that homes sold is highest in 2005 in all locations except Southwest Portland, Lake Oswego, and Happy Valley. So the current market has the lowest days on market for the past 20 years, but does not have the highest home sold amount. To me, that signals not only an outsized demand, but also an issue with limited supply. The good news is that the orange supply line appears to be increasing in most locations, but we clearly still have a long way to go before we begin to see some easing in the current aggressive market conditions. For additional details and analysis, please visit my website, homemadeportland.com. Have a great day, and I'll see you next month.